Hi, my name is Liam, and I have the most Yu-Gi-Oh tattoos in the world. Okay, so I know a lot of other people in the world have Yu-Gi-Oh tattoos, but it's the amount that I think, I'm pretty sure I literally have the most Yu-Gi-Oh tattoos in the world. And I have applied for the Guinness Book of Records record of having the most Yu-Gi-Oh tattoos on the body. So I guess we better get started, right, Julian? Oh, no, don't do that. So my first Yu-Gi-Oh tattoo is actually tuning gum. So the reason my first Yu-Gi-Oh tattoo is a tuning gum, it's literally just like a level 1 slimy tuner that came out a while back. I actually don't know what pack it's from. I own over 400 tuning gums. I know it's not a lot in comparison to like other people's like collections of cards. But it was just a running joke that I love tuning gum so much. So one day before locals, I walked into the tattoo studio about 2 hours before locals started, and I just gave them the card and I was like, please, can you just tattoo that on me? And they were like, yeah, sure. Then I went to locals, and I remember even like between rounds, I was like going to the shop near us and getting some boiling water because it was disinfected. And then going into the bathroom and pouring the boiling water and soap on my leg to like clean it for like the first like day. So that was pretty much it for the tuning gum tattoo. I started a trend of drawing Yu-Gi-Oh characters with tuning gum's face. And I'll actually show you guys a picture of one of my designs for a playmat that I never finished, which would have ended around the DDD being power spiked by Zoo format. And I think Lamia was the last one I drew. Then our second Yu-Gi-Oh tattoo was a card called Cloudian Turbulence. So this is Cloudian Turbulence. It is a Cloudian monster, if you don't know that, and I'll talk about why I have this tattoo then. The reason I have Cloudian Turbulence tattooed on me is I went to locals and my friend Daniel Heffernan was about to play locals, but then he realized he didn't have a deck on him. So I offered to give him one of my decks just for him to play, and he's like, no, all your decks are bad. And I was like, that's a very fair statement. I gave him Cloudians on the condition that if he comes top 4 at locals, I'll get a tattoo of a Cloudian card. So he stayed, and it was a busted like Cloudian deck where you like use Aqua Spirit and you like make Bahamut Shark Toad like constantly and played like the Solemn Brigade and stuff. He ended up coming second. So I had to get the tattoo. I think I got it like a year later, so there was a bit of a wait. I was kind of like hoping he wouldn't make me do it, but he made me do it, and I have Cloudian on me. For my next Yu-Gi-Oh tattoo, I got some Samurai Skull. Samurai Skull. The reason I got this tattoo is when it got released, I thought it looked really cool, and I was kind of like playing with the idea that I should get a Samurai Skull tattooed on me. I owned like 5 or 6 copies of the card, but what I decided to do was I asked my locals to try a challenge where I gave them 2 weeks, and if they could give me 100 copies of Samurai Skull within those 2 weeks, I'd actually get it tattooed on me, and that was going to be like the deciding factor if I get the tattoo or not. It was almost at the 2-week mark. When I was going to locals, they were handing me like 1 or 2 Samurai Skulls that they were pulling from packs during the week. But I think we amounted to about 30, maybe 35 Samurai Skulls. So I was like, that's fine. I don't have to like spend my money on a silly Yu-Gi-Oh tattoo again. With like, I think it was a day or 2 left to spare. We went to locals. Oh no, sorry. It was actually a video that got sent to me of my locals, and it was the owner of the shop and one of my good friends from back then had ordered 70 Samurai Skulls online, and it was a video, I can try and pull it up for you guys if I can find it, of them basically like panning around the shop, and it was just multiple Samurai Skulls like all the way up a table and stuff like that. It was crazy. That's why I have this giant Samurai Skull on my arm. Tattoo number 4 is this one right here. We have End Phase Scarm Search. Yeah, I know it's not allowed on your arm. Basically, I played Burning Abyss a bit, but I had an issue where I kept forgetting Scarm's effect. And I think someone made a joke about, Liam, you should just get the effect tattooed on you. I was like, sure. So I ended up actually doing that. And on the same day, actually, we can talk about tattoo number 5 as well. We have a Space Mambo here. because Team Mambo is the best. So I got the end-face scar search tattooed. It was finished in like 20 to 30 minutes, and the tattoo artist was like, hey, do you want another one while you're here? And I was like, sure. And I didn't have to pay any extra, which was really nice. So shout out to Killswitch Inc. Tattoos for helping me out in that one. They also did my samurai skull. The issue with the end-face scar search tattoo is that I had it for YCS Milan, and we talked to the head judge about it, and she said that I couldn't actually show this while I was playing, so I had to cover it up. It also got sent around into like judge discussion groups if this tattoo is allowed on someone, and they came to the conclusion that I just have to cover it up because it is considered note-taking apparently if you have a Yu-Gi-Oh effect tattooed on your skin. And yeah, I'm dumb, I know. On to the next tattoo, which was a Nightmare Phoenix. So yeah, that's a funny story. We went to YCS London. Myself and Cahill were playing Going First Thunder Dragon deck that literally relied on playing around the Nibiru, so you summon Titan Pass. It wasn't a great deck. We thought it was amazing back then. Looking back, we did not do well at the event. But basically, the Friday before the event, we all stayed at Luke Coogan's girlfriend's parents' house in London. So shout out to Keely and Coogan. But basically, when I went to sleep the Friday night and I had already pre-regged, they were just testing my deck, and Coogan was like, oh, this is fine, I can like out this board by just like going Phoenix. So he's scanning through my deck and he realizes there's no Phoenix in my deck, so he thought it was lost. So they woke me up freaking out being like, Liam, you're not playing Phoenix. I was like, yeah, someone convinced me that Unicorn was better than Phoenix. Like if you go IP into Unicorn rather than Phoenix, it's basically the same thing except you shuffle it. And I was super tired from all the traveling that I just went, yeah sure, that's like a way better idea. On the way to day one of the YCS, Billy Siggins and Cormac were telling me I was very dumb, and I was, for not playing Phoenix. At that stage I was just like, nope, it's the correct decision, you guys are all wrong. They're like, literally you have to play Phoenix. And I was like, look, if I don't come day two while playing no Phoenix, I'll get it tattooed. So I didn't make day two. So instead of like chilling in the YCS, Comic-Con was also on in the same venue. So me and Cahill went and scouted the Comic-Con and realized that they have like 8 or 9 like tattoo artists set up there. So I asked one of the tattoo artists, do they have like a half-hour slot to literally just stick a Phoenix on me? And alas, now I have a Phoenix on my arm. So that's tattoo number 6. Then we got the big tattoo. That's when I realized that like I have quite a few, but it's possible someone could beat the number 6. So I decided to cover my leg with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'll pull up a picture for you guys as well. So that is the last of my Yu-Gi-Oh tattoos. Is either here or here, I don't know where I'm going to put it in. Is a collaboration of Yu-Gi-Oh cards on my leg. I went to a different artist this time round for my tattoos, and I basically asked him had he ever seen the show before, and he said no. Neither did his girlfriend, who also tattooed her. So he went away and he just googled as many Yu-Gi-Oh cards as he could. I said like aim for about 26. I think there are 26. I've lost count every time I've looked at it, but I think he incorporated 26 random Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Some being famous because they're one of like the first searches you get in Google Images, but I think he grabbed some random ones in there. So I'm actually going to give you guys a challenge where you look at the picture that's either here or here, I can't remember. I don't know in the future where I'm going to be putting it, but you are going to look at my leg tattoo. I'll get a picture from both sides because you can't actually get a picture of the full thing. I'll have it up for a while. You guys in the comments, I want you guys to try and guess all the cards on my leg. I have a list written somewhere, so I'll be comparing it to that. Whoever is the first person to guess all of the cards, we'll discuss something and I'll give you a prize of some sort, Team Mambo related, obviously. So yeah, try that challenge out. I wonder, can you actually get them all? There's one that everyone seems to miss every time they try and guess it, so I'm looking forward to seeing if you guys can do it. That pretty much wraps it up for me owning the most amount of Yu-Gi-Oh tattoos. If anyone else out there thinks they have more than about 32 Yu-Gi-Oh tattoos, reach out to me. I'd love to talk to someone else who has made really bad decisions like myself. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Team Mambo, if it's your first time here, obviously. If it's your second time here or third time here and you've watched our videos and you haven't subscribed, then you should subscribe, because that's just, what are you doing? Check us out on, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, and we also recently started a Twitch. So our friend Jacob out in the States is streaming for us as Team Mambo, and he's doing weekly podcasts every Wednesday, I think. He most recently had Jeff Leonard on the stream speaking about his Mystic Mine experiences. So be sure to check that out, and we'll see you guys next time when we make another video. We post every Wednesday and Saturday, so like and subscribe.